see. Testing 1, 2. All right. All right. I think we're good. Good afternoon from New York City. Welcome to hyperspace. This is Hypertext here, bringing you some flight simulator. Really becoming this time of the day a flight simulator stream during the weekdays. I hope you're having a good Monday, the first spring Monday of 2021 here in the Northern Hemisphere at least. And for today's stream, I'm going to do a little bit of a P-51 practice. And one of my favorite airplanes, and arguably the best propeller airplane of the Second World War. Very beautiful machine. It's known as the Pony as well, because it kind of looks like a little horse, I guess, from certain angles. And this particular aircraft paint job I'm using is the one used by Captain Roscoe C. Brown. He was one of the Tuskegee Airmen in the Second World War. And this gentleman had to overcome so much to be able to become a fighter pilot, because back then it was still, very segregated. There weren't if your color of your skin was black, you weren't allowed to be a fighter pilot before the war, beginning of the war. But then obviously they had to overcome that, and then they had to go and fight the Nazis. So basically almost like a war at home, a segregation because of the color of your skin, and then a war overseas against the Nazis of Third Reich. They flew from Italy, from this airfield called Ramitelli. We're gonna fly over it in Microsoft Flight Simulator at some point. But right now I downloaded this paint job, a really nice paint job. I've put the links here from lockonfiles.com of this P-51 Mustang called Bunnie, and also known as, was on the other side, Miss Kentucky State. I don't know if you can see it right there. Yeah, it's a very, very beautifully done paint job that you can make your own for IL-2 Sturmovik. And this gentleman, along with the Tuskegee Airmen, they flew the longest escort mission of the war. They went from, which is near Foggia, it's southeast Italy. They flew from there to escort B-17s that were coming from England to attack a tank factory in Berlin. So they flew from there to Berlin and back. And this gentleman, Roscoe C. Brown, he shot down a jet. One of the ME-262s during that mission. All right, so for me, it's a particularly important and moving story of these gentlemen that had to fight segregation and the idiocy of racism at home, and fight the Nazis at the same time. So these guys are like the best of the best. Really excellent pilots to be able to overcome that, and that for that reason I picked this paint job for today's stream. So let's start up this beast here. A little bit of 1/2 inch of throttle, I think. To start off, we want the mixture cut off. Okay, so mixture is cut off over there. Let's put full RPM on the propeller speed. Luckily, both the radiator and the oil cooler is automatic in the P-51. I don't have to worry about that. And now I'm just going to press E to start the engine here. Pretty simple starter here in IL-2 Sturmovik. And let me actually go to the Alt tab here so I can give you a full view of this, because otherwise I'll forget. All right, there you go. All right, and it takes a little while for it to go to the startup procedure. One thing I have to be ready to do is put the mixture to run. It's this thing over here. I have to move that to run as soon as the engine starts spinning. It starts running. And you have to move the mixture to run, otherwise the engine turns off again. And all these different warbirds have different... Okay, there's running. So now let's move the mixture to run. Okay, mixture is in run. All right, gotta give it more throttle.
Mayflower, this is Roscoe.
And we have successfully started P-51 altitude Sturmovik.
Man, affirmative, taxi to the runway.
I love this guy's voice, the Eindhoven 2 air traffic control. Ruffman, affirmative, taxi to the runway. Alright, and here we are. We started up. It's Tuskegee Airman Bunnie, P-51D. The famed Red Tails. There's some movies and some documentaries about this fighter group. There's the runway over there, so we're gonna move forward a little bit. This taxi, we're gonna turn left and then get on the runway. First thing I have to do is unlock the brakes. Okay, let's do that. I think let's control B ahead map too. There you go, parking brake is released and we start moving. The P-51, if you move the throttle, the stick back, it locks the tail wheel. To unlock the tail wheel, you move the stick forward. There you go, the tail wheel's released, and then you can start doing a little bit of a tango dance with this airplane on the very careful throttle controls to avoid going around in circles. Although if you do, you know, it's better not to fight it, let it go around in one circle, because if you slam your toes on the brakes, then it might just nose over, and then you have a prop hit on the ground, and it breaks your prop, and you're not going to fly anywhere in that case. But we do want to do a bit of flying of this bird today, so let's just do a little quick turn here, and then let's double check if everything is in order. Alright, keep the throttle a bit forward so the engine doesn't cut out. A quick turn, quick check from the outside. Beautiful machine. And you can fly, you can get a ride on a P-51 much like this one. I think it's a C, it's not P-51D, it's a C in Florida if you, in real life, with a Tuskegee Airman P-51. I'll put a link to that a little bit later on the chat. But let's close the cockpit and let's go. Full power. Right rudder. Try to keep her on the running down the as close to the center of the runway as I can.
Taking off. Out.
Want to rotate around now, very gently. Oh, that wasn't too gentle, but I pulled back a little too hard, a little bit of a jump there. All right, and we're up. And here we go. We're bringing the landing gear up. The P-51, you can see the landing gear, there's little doors open. Then the landing gear starts coming in. It's important not to press it again because it might damage those little doors that open for the landing gear to go in. And now they're gonna close again. So there is quite a lengthy sequence to stow those landing gears of this aircraft. Okay, I think the flap is up. Let's double check. Maybe on the left here. Yep, that looks like it's full up over there. Yep. Fantastic. And you can see on the right hand side there's a bit of the orange sign. That means that we are running at a combat power. Okay. So I'm gonna push back on the not on the mix, on the RPM a little bit. Let's go down to about 80%, and then touch back on the throttle as well a little bit more. And then we're running continuous mode. You have to take care of these airplanes' engines. They're pretty finicky, even though there's a lot of automation. These airplanes, the P-51 in particular, was designed for long-range escort, so it could fly very far with wing tanks, especially to meet those B-17s, take them all the way to Germany, bring them all the way back. One of the things you had to think about because of this feature of this airplane, that it could carry a lot of fuel both inside the airplane and the wing tanks, is that it was prohibited to do aerobatic maneuvers or dogfighting if you were above 75% fuel. Okay, I put like about 60% fuel in this particular airplane, so we're fine here to do some maneuvers. But it was so heavy, the airplane, and it would cause a lot of stress on the airframe for you to pull too many G's if you were above 75% full in fuel. So until you were less than 75, you were not technically permitted to do maneuvers and stuff like that. Okay. I'm probably shouting too loud because I have to turn on my volume here. Here we are. Wonderful Tuskegee Airman 51B Bunnie, Miss Kentucky State. Beautiful, beautiful machine. All right, let's try a little landing. Let's climb up a bit and prepare for a couple of maneuvers here, and then we do have some ground targets there to practice some shooting of these with these 50 caliber guns. Let's do a buzz down on the airfield, fly down really fast over Eindhoven airfield, and here, full power. We'll swoop in through that cloud underneath it, fly over the airfield, and then proceed north to those targets there. All right, and here we come. I have to keep pushing down on the stick because this plane picks up speed like a wild animal. Okay, it starts running like a stampeding horse. Okay? All right. It doesn't sound like it's going very fast, but it's going very fast. Okay, I have to even be careful not to smash down into the ground. I already lost where the airfield is because I was moving too fast and it disappeared behind a cloud. I think it's right here. All right, we'll just go right at treetop level here. And try not to crash. Very fast, very slick airframe. Look how fast it's going. And the engine, the sound of the P-51 in altitude Sturmovik, I don't find it as strong as in DCS. I mean, DCS is really the gold standard for that sound because they actually have access to... DCS is made by this company that is associated with people who actually own these real airplanes and who do air shows in Duxford in England. I think it's called a Flying Collection. So they have access to these warbirds in the real life to do recordings directly from the primary source from the airplane. But IL-2, the P-47 has a better sound than P-51. I think, I don't know, maybe it's just, this is actually what the plane sounds like and I just don't realize it, but I feel like it's not as loud, there's a lack of volume. It might just be me, but that's my commentary on the sound of this particular airplane in this game. Alright. Let's find some targets and let's do a little bit of gunnery practice on these digital ground targets over here. Turn around to this side. Do a slow roll here. Very smooth airplane to fly. It does have a tendency to, if you pull too hard on the stick, you try to do a snap roll and you don't do it properly, like I often don't do. It can go to a pretty nasty spin, but generally, as long as you avoid that, generally a pretty docile airplane to fly. It handles pretty well, and it has like this. It doesn't feel like you're going very fast, but it goes really fast. Quite a well-organized cockpit. And my dad, my grandfather, my uncle, they're flying with me. And after this, I'll probably go to a little bit of Valheim, perhaps to help a friend pick up some stuff that they lost to some wolves in the mountains. Yesterday, after my GTA Laugh Attack stream, I had this really wonderful... I just needed to take a break from talking because I talked so much yesterday that I just played some Valheim by myself, and I had this wonderful little voyage in a tiny like sea boat, the smallest one you can build, and it was just so peaceful, and that is just a really nice peaceful game to play after you've had a lot of action in GTA or in IL-2 or in these other action games. But for me, it's very peaceful to fly in this game too. To just fly the plane is a lot of fun, even without the combat. But let's turn in and try to find some of these ground targets and practice. Maybe we'll hit one of these, maybe they added to the mission builder, maybe they added these trucks with explosives on them that'll do a gigantonormous explosion, and we'll be able to hit one of those and see what that looks like, because I haven't seen it yet, I don't think. They added these new little trucks that are carrying, you know, ammunition. If you hit one of those, apparently it's supposed to have a huge explosion effect. According to the mini-map, they're down there somewhere. And I'm going to turn on icons so you can see better on the stream. Alright, let's see. Technically they're right below the wing over here somewhere. Let's get this Tuskegee Airman P-51D flying down there and see if you can spot. There they are. With the aid of icons, it'll be easier for you to see on the stream as well. I think those are artillery. And behind me, I think I had some trucks. So let's just go for some artillery first. Make sure the trim's down. Try not to auger in and blow them up with my own airplane. Again, I don't have this trimmed for, I don't have the convergence set for long-range fire, so I'm just gonna try to see what I can do with this. And, alright, got one. Boom. Wonderful. Destroy the LEFH-18 howitzer. Hey, Sheepa, how are you? How's your computer how's your computer reboot going? You got your new SSD? Oh, and we got something going on here. What just happened? Mona01 follow me. Fantastic. Hello, Monas. Thank you for the follow. 1-2, boss. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do a loop for, let's do a barrel roll for Mona here from outside view. Here you go. Barrel roll for Mona for the follow. Whoa, alright, almost like a snap row. Fantastic, sir, thank you very much. Flying the Tuskegee Airman P-51D Bunnie, Captain Roscoe C. Brown. He flew this out of Rapitelli Airfield in Italy, having to overcome, you know, the idiocy of racism at home to go be able to fight the Nazis in the P-51. One of the black fighter pilots with dark skin who incredibly bravely and overcoming so many odds managed to become an Air Force pilot, managed to become a doctor, a PhD in education studies. I think here in New York City. He was originally from DC. I think there's some links on the chat about all this, but if you Google Tuskegee Airmen and if you Google Roscoe C. Brown, I think he only passed away a few years ago. You can read more about this. The hero whose P-51 I'm flying here, that I found this lovely paint job. Bunnie, also known as Miss Kentucky State. You can see right there, beautiful aircraft. P-51D with the famous red tail paint job of the Tuskegee Airman here now to Sternovic. It has a built-in, still need to install some stuff, but at least can watch again. Awesome. She put 2x NVE drives, 5 drives total now. I hear you. I have 2 SSG external drives that I plug in through USB 3 to be able to fit all the stuff that comes into these giant, gigantonormous video games these days, including Microsoft Flight Simulator that pretty much almost needs a hard drive by itself with all the different stuff that's coming out for that. But I'm glad to hear you're getting back into the. Oh, go up. All right. Careful not to forget where you are. You know, in an airplane, you're not like standing on the ground. So if you keep flying towards your target, you probably will blow up. My convergence is all wrong. Is at 200 meters, which is for dogfighting, instead of around 500-600 where it should be for ground attack. But we're trying to do what we can here in this little. Seems to recall an excellent film about them too. Yeah, it's. I haven't seen the films, but I heard that there's a documentary. I think it's a kind of documentary film. I think it has Lawrence Fishburne in it. You know, Morpheus from The Matrix. And then there's one from I think 2012 called The Red Tails. That's much more Hollywood and explosions and over the top stuff. That was actually I think produced by George Lucas. I have not seen it. I'll put it on my to-watch list. But really amazing story. I just ordered a book from written by one of these gentlemen who also passed away. You know, there's not a lot of these guys left. They're like in their 90s now, these World War II fighter pilots. But they're wonderful to be able to read about their exploits. Almost almost crashed into a tree there, but almost hit that truck as well. It's a lot of fun to just, it's a bit of a aerial chess match when you're flying against another plane, or even when you're flying against these ground targets. So it's very, you know, you think about your moves you're going to do, your position, the amount of energy you have in your airplane, if there are trees in front, what the weather's like, if there's turbulence, and then you go in for a shot. You know, it's a bit like archery. All right, let's try again. I'm coming a little bit too steep here. Let's move towards one of the ones in the front of the column. All right, and they do, oh, they're going a bit crazy there, you know. All right, pull up, pull up, pull up. This is not looking good. Let's go for these guys here instead. Just flying very irresponsibly here, but this is a quick mission. No. Whoa! All right, that was good. Right close to us. That was kind of dangerous. Beautifully modeled P-51 IL-2. I do want to get the... You can fly the P-51 for free in DCS if you just download DCS World. It comes with a TF-51 as a training P-51. You can't shoot the guns, but you can fly on it. So if you want to try out that game, you don't have to pay any money. You can just download DCS and you can fly the Frogfoot. It's a Russian ground attack jet, and the TF-51 Mustang, which is a training version of the Mustang with no guns. I do plan on getting the actual P-51 in DCS sometimes and comparing that to this one. And whatever, eventually when they come out of a P-51 in Microsoft Flight Simulator to that. And I'm even going to compare it to there is a P-51, believe it or not, in Grand Theft Auto Online. It's not called a P-51, but it is a P-51 if you look at the design. And I'm gonna do a comparison of all these different things. And another one. Let's go straight up over here. Try Hammerhead. Okay, you can see the miles per hour there on the left, getting to the end, 100, starts to stall, so right rudder. And here we go, just almost lose all speed, and then it just falls back down, a Hammerhead. One of the things you can do to get back on target quickly, or just for fun. It's just fun just flying these things. All right. One howitzer left. Let's try to put this one out of commission, and then we'll try to focus on those little, going really fast here. Whoa, that's so close. I don't know how I didn't at least strike my prop on that. All right, these are tanks down here. I don't know if unless I really get very lucky and get a lot of shots on it right at a weak spot, I don't think I'll be able to take out a tank with the P-51. It's 50 cal machine guns. I didn't load up any rockets or anything for this. Let's just keep going for these ground, this truck column. The problem is all these trees. It makes it pretty tricky. Let's see if we can do something about this. Try to get one of these trucks. All right, so they drive out the road, they see you're coming, they know you're around, they get nervous, they try to get away, you know? All right, missed. Oh no, I hit him. You see his smoker. Lovely airplane to fly, very smooth. Very smooth airframe. It has like this, they designed this thing in I think a few months. There was like a few months between, you know, these guys have these slide rulers and pencils. They didn't have computers back then. They had to do it all with pencils and paper to design these airplanes. And I think it took them like a few months to go from design to a flying prototype. Just crazy fast design of the P-51. 1, 2, wow, watch your propellers. No. Oh, go a little too hard. Gotta roll. Okay, full right rudder. Full right rudder. This is dangerous. Can we recover? Perhaps we can. Now very gently on the stick. Don't pull hard at all. Just try to recover as soon as you. All right, we managed to recover. Very dangerous. I just screwed up there. I pulled a little bit too much on that roll, and the P-51 went into a roll. Almost did a half snap roll, but it didn't have enough power. And when you lose control of that altitude, it can be very dangerous that you'll just like lose the airplane because you know, you're too low to recover. It's not like the Hurricane that's very easy to recover from.
Objective completed.
From
return to base.
from a spin.
Roger.
The Spitfire is much easier as well. P-51 is, you know, you gotta treat her gently. You can't go too crazy. These things could fly up above close to 40,000 feet, I think. Alright, where are we? To the left here. There they are, alright. Cadillac of the sky, that's right. It is a gorgeous airplane. I think there's many places you can't fly one in real life these days because there's a lot of these that were preserved. It's such a popular airplane also for racing. And I would love to fly one day. I think it costs like between $1,000 and $2,000 to go for a 20-minute ride in one. Maybe one day when I'm more wealthy, I'll become a big-time streamer. I don't think that's gonna happen, but that would be fun to fly one of these in real life. Alright. Got it. I flew right between the trees too. Jeez. Got another Hammerhead over here. Whoa. Very slow Hammerhead, but look at that. Almost stopped. Almost stopped. Alright. And back over. Was it to the right hand side of these trucks, or I keep losing track of where I am? I was down here somewhere, yeah. There's some tanks over there and there's the rest of the trucks. They're pretty nervous now. They're like, this guy keeps swooping in here and just firing these machine guns at us. Maybe we should just abandon the trucks here and run. And they actually do this in this game. They abandon the trucks and run sometimes. There you can see the little men running. Alright, this is way too steep. I'm not going to be able to do much here, but I'll take out just a few pot shots of this guy here as I pass through. Can't even, I don't know. You can see the oh, there's some guys up here. You can see the ricochets are so well done in this game. Alright, turning back. A Friday night flight this week is going to be the same mission as last week, I think. It's going to be, again, the P-47s. I'll probably play again, but I think I'm going to fly the Brazilians this week. There's this group of Brazilian pilots. They're really good, and they usually fly the bombers. There's about 20 of them that fly together. If I play this Friday, I'm going to join them, whatever side they're on, and we'll see how that goes. But it's oh, go up. Pretty close here. Okay, let me get a little bit of distance here to the outside view. The tricky thing with the Friday night flights for streaming is that there are no icons, you know, so most of the flight is just you and there's no outside view. So most of the flight is you in this view here in the cockpit, trying to like zoom in and kind of really like squint your eyes to find stuff for 2.5 hours, okay? And it's tiring, and I don't know, there are moments of excitement. I guess it's kind of like real, what they say, real, you know, war and combat is like, it's like 99% boredom and like 1% excitement, you know. So, but for video games, I like to make it more like at least like 50% excitement and boredom. So I don't know how often I'm gonna keep doing those streams, you know. But we'll probably do one more at least and see how it goes. Fly right by the trees here. And let's try to come back from a bit higher up, and let's try to. I have to come up from higher and shoot them from further away, but I have my convergence all wrong here. My convergence is at 200 meters, which is for dogfighting and not for ground attack. But you know, let's switch to let's go land after this pass. I have about, I don't know, a third of ammunition left. But maybe let's try to after this pass, let's land and let's do some air-to-air practice. I haven't done some dogfighting practice for a while, and the last Friday night flight I totally screwed it up by firing way too early instead of waiting until I was behind this BF-109 G6, I think I was fighting, and so I got blown up instead. Alright, here we go. Aim a little bit in front of him. Oh, he managed to escape. They try some shots in those tanks. I think they're up there somewhere. There they are. I don't think anything will happen on tanks, but we can just do a pass to like scare them, you know, maybe like they'll just jump out of the tank terrified at the sound of a low-flying P-51 and run away. Let's see. Are these tanks or these? I think these. Oh, these might be other vehicles. Oh, they're rockets. Look at that. We're firing rockets. All right, we can blow those up. Let's go for these guys. Straight up, get some altitude. Left rudder. Oh, look an ugly. Look how slow it's going. Just going through. All right, back on the throttle because this thing slides through the air so easily. It's such a fast airplane and it's so slick and it just moves through the air with great ease. So it picks up a lot of speed very quickly. Snap roll. Oh. And I managed to recover. I don't know how, but maybe not. Maybe this is not enough speed for flying. Let's see. We'll go between these trees here. I think we're good. Maybe a daredevil moment over here. I'm throwing her around a little too much. All right. Okay. Almost done with the bullets. As soon as I fit, I'm just gonna pour the rest of my bullets into like some of the trucks that are left here, and then let's go land, and maybe we can do some air-to-air before the end of the stream. We're at 2 hours. It's 2:30 p.m. here in New York City. I'm gonna be streaming until 3, maybe 3:30. We'll see how it goes, and continue flying this wonderful Bunnie, Miss Kentucky State, Tuskegee Airman P-51, the pony, the Mustang, the Cadillac of the sky, as a brand new follower here, Mona01, just reminded us of. Oh, I think those guys are long gone. They just abandoned their thing. Let's keep going up to these guys. I can hear the air flying past the cockpit here. Oh, too close, too close. Did I get him? No. A little bit more ammo. 6:30 there. Where are you? Where are you, Monas? If I may ask. You're in Europe somewhere, I assume. Do you play this video game? Or other flight simulators? I forget if this, you know, I don't like really this change in time. I hope that they, oh there they go, they're firing rockets. I hope that they change it so that we don't have changes of time anymore. There's some bill that it's going to go to Congress, I think, about this here in the United States. I think Europe voted to get rid of it, didn't they? Boom. Alright. A few more rounds left. P-51 can carry a lot of ammo too. I mean, that one of the things about the P-51 is it could do a lot. It could fly fast. It could fly far with all the fuel. It could fly high. It could go fast. It had a lot of, you know, it had a lot of the best qualities needed in a fighter airplane. And it doesn't help that it looks really good too. You know? Look at this machine. It really looks like you know, I think it was Burt Rutan, or was it Burt Rutan, or whoever was the guy that was in charge of the Skunk Works, designed the SR-71 Blackbird, all those planes. Like if it looks good, it's gonna fly well. I know looks are can be you know, objective, but I haven't met someone who doesn't think this airplane looks pretty good. This has beautiful lines, very natural lines. It looks like an animal. You know, it looks like something that's like an animal that can gallop very quickly or fly very quickly. Just outside London, just bought this. I'm looking for tips. It's a daunting sim. Fantastic. I got some tips for you. For sure, it is quite daunting, but it's a wonderful flight simulator, especially the damage modeling, and this is unsurpassed. There's no other flight simulator in the market that has the damage modeling in this. As soon as I land, then I'll take my hands off the stick here, and I'll put links to some missions that I'll find them for you, and or if I don't do it on stream, I'll send it to you in a message. But there's some missions that take you. It's missing in the game, but a community member made them, and it basically takes you through, you know, startup, through takeoff, and through shooting for a lot of the planes in the game. And another thing I recommend you do is you Google Requiem, like it's REQUIEM, air combat tutorials. This is a gentleman from Australia who became a real pilot and who loves this video game, and he has a lot of tutorials about this video game that you can use to learn it as well. At least you can learn how to take off on each plane, do a circuit and land, which, you know, it's difficult to do in this game. In Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's much easier to land, in my opinion. I don't know why, but this video game, the landings are the most challenging for me. I think it's because of the detail of the flight model and of the damage model. It's very, very detailed. But I'll message you. Or I'll just try to put it here on stream. As soon as my ammo runs out here, we're going to do land, and we'll try to put those links up there. Getting close here. I'm having trouble with that guy. 142 rounds left. Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of a tour of England of Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. Lovely scenery that's been added in Flight Sim Update 3. I bought the Spitfire that's kind of in beta from Fire and Iron Simulations. Wonderful airplane in that game. Obviously you can't shoot, so for me it's not as fun, but you can go anywhere in the world, and you can't do that in this one, you know. So each simulator has its pros and cons. I'm really coming in, I'm messing up my approach, so I'm overcompensating, and then I almost crash every time. Okay, let's try to really get this guy now. Alright, now let me move a little bit. I'm lucky to be on a standing desk here. I recommend a standing desk if you spend too much time in front of a computer. It's one of the best investments I make because I spend more time on my legs and I can move around a little bit more. I can go to the right of the airplane here, I can go to the left of the airplane here. And with track IR as well, that's this thing stuck to my head over here. You don't need track IR to fly this game. It does help. It also makes it a slightly more complex because you have to learn how to move your neck just a little bit, and you have to set curves for that. But you can fly it fine with a mouse. You know, it's a little more tricky, but... And we got him. All right, fantastic. Phew. Very agile machine, a very beautiful machine. These guys, the Tuskegee Airmen, they flew from Italy. They would meet. Even in Italy, they were segregated. They had like a separate part of the airfield from the main airfield. For them, like how idiotic, you know, racism is. They had them stay in a separate airfield, and they gave them trouble to get fuel tanks to be able to do the missions. They had to get creative to find fuel tanks that would let them go in long missions. So it's really crazy, amazing stories. These guys, I recommend you look them up if you have interest in World War II, in the P-51 especially. The famous red tails, okay? All right, only have 90 rounds left. I guess we try one more pass in those two trucks over there, and then we're gonna land. And then we're gonna put some links here to help you learn to fly this particular flight sim better. It's a golden age for flight sims right now. You know, we have Bridge to Combat Flight Simulator. They're improving their damage model. They have a lot of planes coming in. We've got the brand new Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is basically a Google Earth or a flight sim built in. You can fly anywhere in the world. And we have IL-2 Sturmovik, this gold standard World War II flight sims, in my opinion. Alright, let's just go in for landing. We're flying towards the airfield now. We can keep those 80 rounds that are left. Over here, we'll just get... The airfield is right over here. Okay, we're gonna do a low pass by the tower to celebrate blowing up some ground targets. But it'll also let us look at... This video game, I2 does simulate wind. So you have to pay attention, especially if there's a strong wind, where the wind is coming from when you're landing. So there's a windsock here by the tower. We're gonna pass close to it. Another cool thing about it, look at this, you can slow time. Alright, let's see if I remember how to do it. Oh, I don't remember how to do it well, but there's the windsock. You can slow time in this, so you can go to slow motion. Obviously if you're not online, but if you're flying, I thought it was these keys here, but I guess not. Maybe these? I don't know, I forget. I might have remapped them because they were conflicting something else, okay. But okay, how fast are we? We are at 200, below 170 miles per hour is when you are allowed to, when you should put your landing gear down for this plane. I'm gonna land, I think on that one there. I think the wind is coming from there, so I think I'm gonna land on there, going towards the tower, okay. So right now we're going downwind leg. And I think it's a downwind. I often forget that, you know, I'm not a professional pilot. Oh, my back's standing a little bit too much here from yesterday. But, alright, let's cut power. And we're gonna keep our eye there. That's where we're gonna touch down, right around there. Okay. Let's just try to do a turn to final here. I think I'm a little high. I'm gonna put the flaps down about 20 degrees. Alright. P-51, you put the flaps down 20 degrees in the approach. And then when we're about 100 feet over the ground, then you let him go all the way. Then you let him go drop 100%. When I reach less than 170 miles per hour, I can put the gear down. So I'm coming a little fast here. I think I'm gonna do another... Oh, here it goes. It's dropping pretty fast. Let's just go for this. All right, it's gonna drop more as I start pulling on the stick too. We're at 180, almost. A few more miles per hour. Okay, now I'm gonna start putting the landing gear down. Okay. Just the landing gear coming down. Let's give you a quick look, and now let's start looking here where we're going. All right, I heard the landing gear lock. It's locked. There it is. And now, I'd say I'm about, okay, 200 feet. All right, and now let's put the flaps all the way down. All right, quite a messy approach here, but not too bad. A little bit of right rudder. I can feel a bit of crosswind there. 3-point position, we're gonna try to hold it. I'm probably gonna bounce a little bit. Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, 1 bounce, 2 bounces, 3 bounces. That's not too bad because unlike the Spitfire, this has the more later American planes, they put the landing gears, you know, far apart, so that it's not, if you bounce, it's not like the Spitfire that can really hit the wing and cause damage. It's harder to clip the wing of these. There's the windsock, a little bit of toe brake now. Oh, a little bit of sliding as well. I'll give you an outside view for the taxi here. Let's just park right. I put full forward on the stick. It unlocks the tail wheel, so you can do little merry-go-rounds like this. You have control over all this stuff in this game. And here we are. It's parked by the tower. And now let's get some links for our latest follower, Mona01 here. In Miss Kentucky State, Bunnie, Captain Tuskegee Airman, Captain Roscoe's airplane, flown from Ramitelli Field in the southeast of Italy, near Puglia, in the Second World War. One of the... There are hundreds of Tuskegee Airmen, because I mean, it wasn't just the pilots, you know, there was all the ground crew that had to keep these planes running. It was a full team, alright? Alright, let's press E to turn the engine off. Let's open our canopy. And here we are. Another successful flight, alright? I'm gonna leave you with an outside view of Bunnie over here. And while I get a couple of links for if that will help you fly this this video game better. They'll help you learn to fly it. Okay, give me a second. 1 sec. All right, Let's see if I can find these. I want to boss Sheepa. Okay, first up was Requiem Air Tutorial Library. I'll put that there. Okay, this is it will help you a lot to learn to fly these. Okay. Let's see if I can find this. The other machine here. All right. Tutorial missions, I think it was called. Let's see. I'll turn on the preview here to make sure that game is still there. All right. Player tutorial missions. I think maybe it was this one. There was these really good tutorial missions. Here, I think this is it. I think I found it. IL-2 tutorial missions per plane, maybe. And we'll see if we can find these. There's a lot of community made work for this this game. A lot. All right, I think I have it over here. I really want to find this for myself too, because I want to do them. I did note them down somewhere, but oh. Mountain mission building guide. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for these. I can't find these, but right now. But I'll message you, Mona. Better hydrate here a bit. Talking too much. Let's do a little bit of air combat now in the P-51. Later, I'll find these again. I remember they're a little bit hard to find. I really should. You know what? You know where they are? I think they might be on my website. That I might have put a link to them somewhere. I'll put this link for you as well. There's oh, here you go. I found them. So here's stuff on my website about IL-2, and these are the ones I was talking about. Fight school campaigns. Right here. It has them for a bunch of different airplanes, and these are really useful. Yeah, basic fly through waypoints, takeoff, landing, shoot down a bomber, dogfight, ground attack, taxi formations, everything pretty much. And it has the instructions how to install them there. So there they are. I'm glad I found those again. I can find them again. Got a message from Sheepa here. Drawing you made nice. Okay, yeah, awesome. He received that. That was in a different communications channel here. Let's finish this mission. And now let's take up Bunnie, this Tuskegee Airman red tail P-51 up against some fighter planes to try to dogfight a little bit. Let's go one-on-one. Here we are. Remember, you can't dogfight or maneuver above if you have more than 75% fuel tank. Let's go to about 50. That's when you'd probably be getting over Germany and starting to fight. Okay, a little bit more than that probably, but we'll leave it around there. Okay, and I'm using a custom skin. I'm using Bunnie, Miss Kentucky State. Okay, I'm gonna leave this at 200. Modification, I'll put more guns. I'll keep the gyro sight. Maybe I can do a demonstration about what the gyro sight actually done afterwards. I won't put 150 grade fuel, even though well, let's do it. To hell with it. Let's get pretty powerful here, because we're gonna go up against some late war the G6s that shot me down the other day. Let's go with random enemy waves. Let's put 3, and let's do a high altitude combat for now. Let's go to... I rarely do that. Let's go to, like, I don't know. About 7,500 meters. And maybe you'll be able to see some contrails and stuff like that. And go. Alright. Oh, my pleasure, sir. I'm always... it's my pleasure to get more people to play this game, because it's a complex game. It's difficult, but it's very rewarding, and it does really... The fun thing... It's fun to crash in this, because when you crash in this, you see like which you know, if you crash land, you see like the pieces flying, so you survive and you see what happens, and if you hit a plane on that particular part of the wing, that part of the wing gets damaged, stuff like that. That, you know, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's not a combat flight simulator, but that makes it need a damage model even more, because it's fun to crash land and see what goes wrong and try to do it again, you know. But in Microsoft Flight Simulator, when you crash, it's just like menu, and you know, you overstress the airframe. So I like physics simulation. So here we go. Let's go against this BF-109. Let's see if I can avoid getting shot and shoot him instead.
Out. Rough man. Leader. Search for enemy aircraft. Freedom
Right.
engage. Out.
Rough man.
There he goes.
This is Groundhog. In contact. Proceed with your mission. Winds from the northwest.
They're
Rough
high
man.
up here.
This is Groundhog. Engage enemy. Fighters. To the southeast.
Let's just put our nose below the horizon, so gravity lets us turn a little bit faster than him.
Spotted. 12 o'clock. Range half line.
And it feels
Engage.
totally different flying this high. Oh shit! Yeah, I just when you see them shooting, if it looks like if they're far away enough, it looks like it's coming at you. You just hit your rudder, you know, to get off the plane of the shot. It's my mixture. Everything is auto here, I think. See, it feels so quiet, the P-51 at this height. I feel the P-51 is a little too quiet, the sound in this particular in IO2. I prefer the sound in DCS, but it still sounds great. But I feel like there's something a little off of the mix. It sounds quieter than other airplanes, than the P-47, for example. But maybe they were quiet. The P-47 was just louder. All right, I mean, this guy's pretty good. Maybe it's an ace AI. I'm no pro, that's for sure. So I'm really having a little bit of trouble even getting up to him. And I'm not good at, I mean, I'm not a great dogfighter by any stretch of the imagination, but especially high altitude. I don't do a lot of high altitude dogfighting, so it totally throws me off. Usually I'm down at the ground, you know.
Rough man, this is Groundhog.
Right, it's coming around again. I think I'm gonna throw left
Return to
rudder.
base.
Rough man.
Left rudder a little bit.
Roger.
Yep. Throw him off a little bit. Next time that we merge, I'm going to try to
Rough man, this is Groundhog. In contact.
to the split F straight
Proceed with your
below
mission.
and basically lead him a little bit.
Leader.
But you see, I'm starting to pull a lot because you're high. You don't realize how many G's you're pulling because you're going so fast. But you're going really fast, so you're pulling a lot of G's, and this game models the G's, like the gravity force that pulls the blood from your head down to your legs, and you start graying out. It's a real phenomenon that's modeled in this, and you start getting tired. And if you black out, you lose control of the airplane and you can crash. It's a way to beat the enemy too, just make him get more tired in you, which was a real tactic in World War II as well. Some Russian aces talk about that, about just waiting, maneuvering and waiting for the enemy to get tired, and then when you're tired, you see that they're not maneuvering as hard anymore, and then you go for them. No. All right. I think that AI, it's also modeled for them. The fatigue, I hope. All right, are we behind him now? I think we're behind him now. I think we're starting to get a little bit of an advantage. All right. Stand up a little higher here on my feet so I can see through that gun sight over the hood. All right, he's split S-ing. Yeah, I'm in the advantage now. But in dogfighting, it can be very quick for you to go from a position of advantage to disadvantage if you make a mistake. So, okay. It's a If I push too much now, I'll probably black out because I'm going really fast right now. This K-14 gun sight,
Objective completed.
It's designed so that it estimates the lead for you that you have to fire. Okay, see, I'm pushing too hard now. I'm gonna go straight up. He's going up and to the right. I'm just gonna go straight up here. I don't want to follow them into that turn because I'm just gonna totally black out.
Rough man, this is Groundhog. In contact. Proceed with your mission. Winds from the northeast.
Rough man, leader. Copy.
And if you don't have track IR, a really nice feature in IO2 is the padlock view. So it can actually track. You press a button, it automatically track the enemy for you, as if you had track IR. It used to be a very common thing in all flight simulators before track IR existed. You know, on the online flight sims they turn it off, unfortunately, in a lot of the servers. I like the more friendly servers of icons and stuff because they have them in IO2. But more people play on the full real, you know, really difficult servers with no icons, nothing, which can be a bit stressful. You know, you can't see very well. It's difficult to spot in this game because they really model the visibility quite well. Like, oh, there you go, I blacked out. You know, release controls. I can push on the stick to make get negative G's and get the, there you go, and come back to my senses quickly to push the blood up to my head. But now I don't know where he is, but now I'm at a disadvantage because I blacked out a bit, okay? To be gentle, the controls can hear the breathing of the pilot here. Alright, now we're gonna do, this is dangerous. I don't like going head to head of a BF-109, especially the G, they're very well armed. Let's just throw our rudders around a bit. Throw them off, okay? Throw them off a bit of my rudder. And let's try to get advantage again. Where did he go?
Rough man, this is Groundhog. Right. Objective completed.
I don't know, this is a little bug in the flight.
Rough man.
I think in the quick mission that it keeps telling me objective completed. I mean, I haven't even hit this guy, so I don't know how he thinks objective is completed. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna do something a little unusual here. I'm gonna get more. I'm gonna start turning now to try to beat him in the turn. But I can't pull too much because I gray out. Tricky, very tricky, this guy.
Proceed with your mission. Winds from the northeast.
Rough man, leader. Copy.
There's also Mission Builder if you're interested in building missions. It's very powerful, but steep learning curve. I made one mission in it. Took me a while to learn how to even to do the stuff for that. It's very powerful, a lot of fun, but it's a hard nut to crack this thing. All right. Let's extend a bit. Let's extend. Let's hope we have more energy than him. That he's not a very good shot. Let's extend high up. And now let's gently turn towards him. The left rudder. I really hope that he's a bad shot now, that he doesn't have a lot of energy to follow me up here. I don't think he does. See his nose going down. That's a nice maneuver, and I'm going to go behind him. Oh. Okay, I think I'm in his turn circle. Yep. Now he's going up a bit, but I have more energy now. Let's be careful not to black out. This really is a game of chess in the sky. Okay, here we go. All right. Very tricky. No, he's smart, this AI pilot. He sees I'm tired. Lost consciousness, jeez. And you can turn all this off. If you're not interested in all this consciousness stuff, I'm gonna probably blow up here. Oh, hydrate, thanks Elias. I think I'm gonna blow up. Oh, I came to, all right, that's good. If you just want more of an arcade game, you can turn all this stuff off, you know. Engine management, the blacking out. There's all the options there. I think they even have mouse control, you know, like in War Thunder, but not as good as in War Thunder. I'm good. That was fun yesterday. How are you doing, sir? Oh, okay, let's go down. Left rudder. Left rudder. I don't want to get in the... I'm in low energy now. Left rudder, okay. Nice. That was a lot of fun in GTA. I'm sorry that your connection I was having some connection issues as well. We finally managed to do the heist in the end, but you know, my state of mind yesterday was quite I was gone, you know. Shit. Okay. Lost consciousness. Am I gonna resume consciousness before I crash? Am I gonna resume consciousness before I crash? I don't think I am. Shit. And that's that. Let's restart. Let's try it again. That was only 10 minutes? Wow. Alright. Let's try it again. Let's do a little lower this time. Do like 4,000 meters. Actually, no. Let's keep that challenge. Let's keep fighting this guy up high. Alright. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Just, you know, GTA is a great place for you to... it's like a digital sandbox playground for you to play with your friends. It's a lot of fun. Just hang out, just to drive. I mean, missions are fun too, but I just like hanging out with people in that game. Oh, okay. Maybe I should put my desk down. My back's starting to feel a little bit now, but hey, I'll keep it up a little bit longer. All right, here we go. P-51D, Tuskegee Airman. Paint job against the F-109, late G6. Here we go. Let's go high. We went low. Okay, now let's just cut power. In back down at him. This thing dives so fast that you really have to put back on the throttle, otherwise you just overshoot. I have my convergence at 200 meters here, so I should not really be taking those long snapshots, but you know, sometimes you can get lucky. Alright, now I'm putting power on again. Alright, he's split S-ing, he realizes he's on defensive now.
Man, this is groundhog.
There he goes.
Objective
you know,
completed.
these things that shot me down in front of my flight the other day. The F-109 G6 late. More heavily armored and more heavily armed. Enemy plane. Whoa, my controls are really lucky, but I'm going so fast. Look, I'm at 500. I'm going way too fast here.
This is groundhog.
Compressing.
In contact. Proceed with
Shit.
your mission. Winds from the southeast.
Trying to put flaps to... Shit! And again. You see how dangerous this airplane is? I was talking, I wasn't paying attention. I started going too fast. There's this thing called compressibility that compresses the controls. I couldn't pull out of it. I don't remember what the procedure is. I tried to put down flaps, it made it even worse. A lot of fireworks from my explosions, my inept flying here in IL-2 today. Let's try again. How are you enjoying Valheim, Elias? That's a peaceful game. I played some by myself yesterday before I went to bed, and it's just a really lovely... it's a meditative game, completely different from these other war games. But, well, let's just go at this guy. Let's go.
Rough man, this is groundhog.
Let's get a little more aggressive here.
With your mission. Winds from
Let's try not to auger in.
Man, this is groundhog. Engage enemy.
He hasn't shot me down yet. I shot myself down by not paying attention and just being a little too rough. The airplane.
12 o'clock. Range half mile. Engage. Out.
Try to give you some outside views. See, look at this sloppy fly on my side, on my part, but really throws me off the high altitude in this game. I'm not used to fighting this high. Maneuvering. Here we are. Alright, I'm gonna go left rudder. Putting down the power a bit. Gotta drop my nose towards him. Oh, and I'm spinning, opposite rudder. Okay, recover from that. See where he went. He's right close to me. I can hear his engine even. Gotta pull up to him again. And he's dropping down. So I just started a brand new game. I defeated the first boss but lost everything and then I rage quit. Yeah, that's a game that I mean you lost them and you couldn't get your stuff back. Because you can usually, if you die, you can go pick up your stuff. Your stuff will be where you died. But the boss, I think, is there, so it's hard to get it, right? But I think you can go get it. But I hear you. It can be a rage quit inducing game. Oh! Oh! That was pretty good. I was right behind him, but I missed, of course. Alright, I'm with him here. I'm with him with the close I've been. Alright, hit him. Yeah, he's streaming. I think I hit the engine. I think that's radiator water. I mean, I restarted and it's random, so this maybe is not a skillful eye. I should have probably put ace to really practice, but it's good to practice on, you know, a lot of the kills in World War II were like unobserved. You like came behind some poor person that never even saw you, so it's good to practice those kind of kill shooting as well, you know, not just as an ace pilot that knows you're there, but let's try to concentrate here.
Roughman, leader.
Thank God.
Search for enemy aircraft. Free to engage. Out. Roughman.
Yeah, I think I got the pilot.
Search for enemy aircraft. Free to engage.
I think there's one more.
Roughman, this is
And he's already coming, so I'm already going up for him.
Fighters to the east, range 4.5 miles.
Roughman, leader.
Great way to practice quick mission with the icons on because it shows you the distance. If you want to play Elias, so I'm probably going to play some Valheim a little later today. I'm going to help a friend of mine if he hasn't managed to do it already. Go get his stuff that he lost.
Groundhog.
So
in contact. Proceed with your mission. Winds from
not
the
an F-16, I
southeast.
can't go straight up.
Leader, copy.
He's going to come right on me now. This is a bad maneuver on my part. I'm going to be slow and easy target for this guy now. Where is he? There he comes. Maybe he hasn't seen me. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna play the Valheim if you want to join us. I think my friend's gonna, if he's still playing, I might go see him on his server and help him get his stuff. I mean, he's been a bit, you know, it's Kerr. He wants to. He's taking a break now, so he plays only once in a while, and he wants to play on his server and take it easy. So I might do that, but otherwise later I'll probably play it. Thanks so much, Ronas. Thanks so much for the follow. Good luck. If you need any other help, feel free to drop by or send me a message. Always happy to help with you. Also, I can fly with you if you want, alright? Thanks so much for dropping by.
Roughman, this is Groundhog. In contact. Proceed with your mission.
Snapshot.
Winds from the east.
Roughman, leader, copy.
Dropping right back behind him. There he is. We're going the wrong way, but we're just gonna keep turning until we see him again. There he is, and we're coming back. Full power. Oh, my engine is damaged. I've been at full power too long, so it's probably gonna stop soon, and I'm in trouble. Oh, shit. All right, we're gonna have to land dead stick landing here. So this is my last shots on this guy. Probably, if I'm very lucky, I'll be able to hit him. While I'm not. Oh, almost got him. Might have hit him a couple of times. All right, where the hell am I gonna land? Let's see. I'm high enough. Oh, there's the airfield. Let's go try to land on that airfield. I'm high enough to be able to pick where I'll land. The thing is, this guy's gonna keep coming. 1-2 boss, Mana 01. 1-2 boss. The thing is, the guy's gonna keep trying to kill me, you know. So I'm gonna have to try to avoid him shooting me and do a engine off landing. Where is he? Yeah, I'm gonna open the cockpit and look outside. There he is. He's coming. I'm gonna close the cockpit again because I think it'll keep me go a little faster because the airfield is pretty far. I don't know if I'll be able to make it, but let's try it. problem is this guy's coming right behind him. Right behind me. I have no power, so I'm just gonna have to try to dodge his bullets. Okay. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna take an outside view. I'm gonna keep an eye on him. Maybe he lost me. No, he's coming, I think. And we're gonna try to make that runway over there, which is I think where I took off from earlier. Where do you go? Maybe he's being nice. Maybe he's he saw that I'm not a threat anymore. He's just gonna let me land. There's stories of that in World War II. There's a story of a P-51 bomber that got severely damaged. I mean, the tail gunner was like decapitated. It was limping home, and this Focke-Wulf 190 intercepted him, but the pilot couldn't bring himself to shoot at them because he saw in the bad state they were in. Okay, gear down. It's probably going to damage the landing gear because I'm a little too fast, but you know, it's an emergency. And then and he escorted them until they got to over the channel and let him go. And they met years later, the pilots of the two. It's a really nice story. I'll put a link to it. I'm gonna go past the runway, but it's an emergency landing. We'll just go into the field. That's fine. Oh. All right. Gonna go into the field. Too fast, but it's an emergency landing. Okay, pretty good. Fantastic. Bunnie, Tuskegee Airman P-51 performing an emergency landing. The BF-109G6 didn't shoot at me. I think it's just a nice AI that decided to let me go. Fantastic. And now I'm gonna put up, get my flare gun out. And let's fire an emergency flare up to tell people that I'm in trouble here. Fire one on the ground to see the bounce. The physics are modeled in this. And ladies and gentlemen. All right, what did I say I was going to put here? A link to... oh, excuse me, hydrate. I was going to put a link to... oh yeah, this story. Let me alt tab real quick. I think it's on Wikipedia as well, but there's a video about it as well. I don't know where the video is. B-17 Focke-Wulf pilot. I think it was Stigler incident, and Stigler and Charlie Brown, I think. For me, it's quite a beautiful story. And I think there's a video about it too. All right, that's a really nice story, and the people. I'll just put a link to this as well on the stream, because I don't understand if I put links before I start streaming, they still show up. This is the flight skin I'm the paint job I'm using for this P-51, and it's you should definitely check out the Tuskegee Airman. Had to overcome a fight at home, the idiocy of racism and segregation, and the fight against the Nazis. You know, they're fighting two battles, so it's some cool stuff to check out. And on my next Microsoft Flight Simulator stream, I'm probably gonna go to fly to where the old location of Ramitelli Airfield, where where they were based in Italy. All right. Okay, I got one kill, but we didn't really see him going down because there was another plane coming at me straight up. But here, I'll put away my gun, and I'm gonna leave this here, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks, Elias. Maybe I'll see you and thanks, Sheepa. Looking forward to having you back with your computer ready to go. And I'm looking forward to some Valheim later. Maybe I'll visit Sheepa's server too if he's around. Oh, but he can't play right now. He's still getting his computer going. So whenever you're ready, let us know. I'm looking forward to. And we have another gentleman who would like to join us probably as well. Elias got Valheim. So awesome. No worries. I'm playing on my own computer now, and I'm actually got Kerr is playing a little bit locally, so I might help him go get some of his stuff that he lost. All right. Okay, lovely. Peace out. Stay safe, whether in hyperspace or not. You heroes, you take it easy. 1-2 boss, Hypertext Hero is out.